Hey folks, today we're going to tackle this cool SVG animation where we have this dashed stroke animating just like we did in our marching ants lesson, but you'll notice that each dash itself has a black stroke on it. Well, you can't put a stroke on a stroke, so how's it done? Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, Carl Schoof here. If you want to snag these lesson files, just enroll in GSAP Summer Camp for $1.95. You'll get this lesson and nearly 30 more. Or if you want to learn everything I know about GSAP, just snag a lifetime plan. It's super affordable. Let's get going.
So over here in Boxy SVG, we have our path with a thick stroke. I'm going to go on down to the dash array settings here and give the dash a length of 120. And when we have a single value here, the dash length and the gap is going to be the same. I'm going to tighten things up by making that gap 20, and that's pretty much what I want to see. Now keep in mind, this is a stroke right here, and we can't put another stroke on a stroke. So the trick to this is we're going to go to the compositing panel. I'm going to click on Add Filter and select Outline. Now it might be hard to see, but there is now a green outline around each dash. I'm going to click on the color swatch here, switch that over to black, and aha, that's looking pretty nice. Now at this current width of 4, if I were to zoom in, you'd see that it gets a little bit janky and cut off around the edges there. So what really works nice for this is having a smaller width of 1. That's looking nice. Now, as I've said in previous lessons, there's really no such thing as any of these filters here, okay? What the creator of Boxy has done has created filter names based on a combination of filter settings. So if we were to go into the code down here, let's crack open the defs, and what you'll see for this filter is that it actually has quite a bit of code in here where it has this FE morphology, FE flood, FE composite, FE merge, and all things which are frankly quite over my head. All I know is that when I click on the outline filter, it does what I want. So let's just close the elements panel here, bring it down, and now we can see our entire stroke with the outline applied to each individual dash. Now, as you may remember from our marching ants exercise, if we go back to the stroke panel, the way we get these to animate is that we're going to animate the offset, okay? So as the offset number changes, you'll see those dashes move. And the magic number we want for a repeating dash animation is that we want the offset to be the sum of the dash length and the gap, which is going to give us 140. So let's go over here. We're going to right-click, copy the outer SVG code, and let's head on over to CodePen and build an animation. So over here in CodePen, I'm just going to Command V, paste in my SVG code, which is going to make my SVG show up here on the left. Now to animate these strokes, I'm going to go into the JavaScript panel, and for now, I'm just going to do a GSAP.toTween. I'm going to target every path. There's only one right now. And the trick here is that I'm going to animate the stroke dash offset to that value of 140, which is the length plus the gap. And let's just give this a duration of 1, and we're going to repeat it 10 times. And now we get this animation of the stroke dash offset animating, but it's a little bit herky-jerky. It sort of slows down due to the default Power 1 out ease. So to fix that, I'm just going to go ahead here and add ease none. And now you'll see we have a perfectly smooth and seamless dash animation. And that is exactly what we were going for. Now to spice it up a little bit, we could just add a few more paths. So back here in Boxy, before I make copies of this path, I'm going to select it, and in the metadata panel, I'm going to give it a class of stroke so that all of our paths will have a particular class that we can target them with. Right now, targeting every path in my document could prove to be detrimental if I add other paths that don't have these special dashed strokes. So now I'm just going to click here, do a Command C and a Command V, which gives me another version of that path, also with the class of stroke. And I'm just going to go to my stroke panel again and maybe go up here and change the color to white. I'm going to hit minus to zoom out a little bit. Then I can take both of these strokes by holding down shift, and I can copy and paste them to make another copy of both of them, and then maybe do something fun like rotate them. Let me do Command G to group them, click back on them, do something like this, and we just want to have an interesting pattern. We'll go back to my Elements panel down here, right click, copy outer SVG, and back in CodePen, I'll go to my HTML, select the old SVG, paste in a new one, and now you'll see I have all of these strokes running together. All right, it's a pretty cool design. Now, although I gave each of these strokes or paths a class of stroke, I didn't update my code yet. But to be safe, I'm just going to do a .stroke as the selector here. And now in the future, if I add other paths to this document that don't have the stroke class, they won't animate, and I won't run into any problems. So I wanted you to see how we would do it that way. Here's an exact example of that. You'll see that here I am animating all of my strokes, and down here there's a timeline that's animating paths inside of my text group. All right, so there's a timeline for the text animation, and then there's just a loose tween up here that's animating those strokes. Okay, so another practical example. And coming up next, we'll take a look at doing this transparent version. Why don't you give that a try?